We have multiple Lakers updates to go over today as some new reports have dropped surrounding some huge details as it pertains to Rui Hachimura, as well as Austin Reaves' health going forward, as well as JJ Redick. He has spoken out and revealed his master plan as it pertains to some of the bench players. Stay tuned for all that in this episode, folks. Before we get into it, if you're part of the percentage who aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Lakers content. Your guys' support has been absolutely unbelievable. So thank you guys for that as we're approaching and getting closer and closer to 20,000 subscribers. But ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to go over today. Now, obviously, there was the Lakers are on an absolute roll right now. They're winning a ton of games. But one of the biggest question marks after yesterday's huge win was what the injury status of a lot of these players are and how the Lakers are going to go about using their bench going forward. Because obviously we're in the home stretch of the season now. They're trying to take control of that second West spot. I don't think they're going to catch the Oklahoma City Thunder, but it is still possible. They're trying to catch the Memphis Grizzlies. All these different things are a possibility right now. And we have a bunch of new updates as it pertains to some of the players that were missing time, as well as Austin Reaves, who left yesterday's game with a pretty rough injury. So let's dive into a couple of things here. So obviously we're at now, the Lakers don't play tonight this Saturday, but we can see here what the Lakers fans are rooting for tonight. We'll start with this, then we'll dive into some of the injury updates. You can see this here, hoping that the Rockets lose to the Kings, Grizzlies lose to the Spurs, Warriors lose to the 76ers, Mavs lose to the Bucks, and the Lakers get healthy. Now, the biggest thing here is the Rockets and the Grizzlies. Now, as it pertains to some of the injury updates, there's a bunch of different things I want to go through. So, JJ Redick revealed a ton of information following yesterday night's game. We also have some updates as it pertains to news coming out this afternoon. So, JJ Redick said post-game that Rui Hachimura is dealing with a patella injury, and they'll reevaluate him in approximately 1 week. Dorian Finney-Smith said in the walk-off interview that he'll hold it down until Rui gets back. So a bunch of different things here. One, and the most prominent one, is that they're going to reevaluate him in a week, which is good and bad. Obviously, the scary part about this is there's no, with Luka Doncic and LeBron James, we knew they went down with not injuries necessarily, but we're down with some things following the game before the last one, and they played in the back-to-back. However, with Rui, he's going to miss some time, and he's at least going to miss 2 to 3 games, and he might miss more than that. Again, they're going to reevaluate him in a week. That doesn't mean he's going to be returning in a week. Luckily, if there was a position where the Lakers have depth, it is the wing position. You have Dorian Finney-Smith, who held it down defensively yesterday. Hopefully, he can continue to come back and get his shot back a little bit. And if he can start scoring the ball more, obviously, Rui has done a lot more offensively than DFS with his Lakers, but the DFS has done a million things defensively. And that was really the big turning point for the Lakers season, was when they acquired Dorian Finney-Smith, because ever since then, they've been the best defensive team, or at least one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. See here, Redick says Hachimura will be assessed in a week. A bunch of different things here as well. Now, we'll go back to Rui Hachimura in a minute, but I want to focus on JJ Redick and what he said on Austin Reaves, because Austin Reaves experienced soreness in his calf, and they held him out for precautionary reasons. So this, obviously, he only played 9 minutes in yesterday's game, and the fact that they were able to win that game, and despite the bench, being thinner, or having to, really take on an elevated role, because obviously the starting lineup was thinner, the bench stepped up tenfold. And we're going to touch on Jordan Goodwin here. I kind of showed you a sneak peek there in a minute, but Austin Reaves, he will undergo an MRI on his calf on Saturday. Now, the fact that they said precautionary reasons is usually a good sign. I don't think he's going to miss a ton of time. The MRI is obviously happening today. I'm assuming we'll hear about that tomorrow or Monday. And I wouldn't be surprised if he misses a little bit of time. But again, they have players that can help kind of, man that position. There's a lot of little injuries here. So let's say, we know Rui is going to be out for a fairly long period of time, like a minimum of a week, which isn't long, but considering some of the other injuries they've been dealing with, it's, they've been getting pretty lucky as it pertains to Luka and LeBron's health, especially LeBron. But let's say Rui's out for a week minimum. You're going to have Dorian Finney-Smith. He plugs in perfectly, right? He's going to be the starting small forward. And quite frankly, a lot of fans have been clamoring for Rui Hachimura to swap with DFS anyway, even though we've seen a big resurgence from Rui Hachimura this year. Fantastic spot-up three-point shooter. He's been playing really good basketball as of late, so seeing him go down now is unfortunate. He's become one of Luka's #1 targets when it pertains to driving and then kicking, or even when he's getting doubled and doing the jump overhead two-handed pass that he's been doing to the corners. Rui has been the guy who can, A, hit corner threes, and also, B, bail them out a little bit on the ball with some on-ball creation as well, especially before Luka's time when they had AD and LeBron. But Rui, again, they're going to be fine. Now, when it comes to Austin Reaves, you still have other players you can plug in. The most obvious and easy, simple solution would be Gabe Vincent. They'll probably have some lineups starting Gabe Vincent. They might start Jordan Goodwin as well. I mean, Goodwin has been playing really, really well And you can see this here at the bottom. JJ Redick, he says he foresees Jordan Goodwin being a part of the Lakers rotation moving forward, which we'll have another video coming up on this shortly or later today, tomorrow. Like it seems like they're going to convert his contract to a standard contract. But JJ Redick saying that, it even lends that even more. And Jordan Goodwin, obviously Gabe Vincent's a more natural point guard. Jordan Goodwin's a more natural shooting guard at this point. He's a fantastic defender. So if you want to have the seamless plug and play, you put Jordan Goodwin in the starting lineup for Austin Reeves if he's missing any time. You have him guard the point of attack. You have him be the point of attack defender. You have him be the guy who can still create on ball a little bit. The difference is he's not going to be the facilitator that Austin Reeves is. Now, luckily, you have Luka Doncic, you have LeBron James, and the fact that JJ came out and said this means that we're going to see him play a pretty big role. He had 7 points yesterday, a couple steals. Jordan Goodwin is a very useful player. We even saw it in his brief stint with the Grizzlies before he joined the Lakers. Like I said in the video where they signed him, he can easily be a serviceable player, especially because of how good he is defensively. And depending on what happens with Reeves' MRI, hopefully he's not going to miss any extended period of time. If he does, you have guys who can step up, but Austin Reeves, his shooting ability, he is one of the most crucial players on this team. So to have him miss any time would be unfortunate, especially given the fact that the Lakers are on a bit of a roll right now. But we've seen them deal with injuries before, and hopefully they can continue to fight through those. And again, Dorian Finney-Smith says he is going, and he also in an interview basically said he's going to be good. He's going to step into the starting lineup, but he needs to hit more shots. That's a big thing. Dorian Finney-Smith, his defensive impact is immeasurable. He has been one of the key reasons why the Lakers have been as good as they are. But if he can find his shot a little bit more, and now that he's in the starting lineup, he's going to get even more looks. He's going to be playing with Luka Doncic a lot more like he did in Dallas. He's going to be playing a lot more and alongside, playing alongside Luka with the Lakers now is going to be a lot better than, him coming off the bench, even though he still had a ton of minutes with Luka, of course, in the lineup. He'll be able to get a bit of an elevator role offensively, especially if Austin Reeves is missing as well, because that's another guy who averages 17, 18 points a game. So ultimately, it is going to be very, very interesting. Now, a couple other things as well I want to bring up here is Trey Jemison. He spoke on the Lakers bench identity. If you want this win, you have to come fight us, literally fight us. And obviously, Trey Jemison, he's not afraid to be physical. But Trey Jemison has kind of taken over the Alex Len minutes here, and he has just in general been a very good bruiser center. We saw him play some minutes instead of Jackson Hayes because Jackson Hayes, again, going up against a guy like Ivica Zubac, that's why they brought in Alex Len. But if you're Trey Jemison now ahead of the chart, the Lakers have faced 8 teams in February over 500. They went 8-0. With Trey Jemison in the lineup, they are very, very, very good. I believe they're undefeated with Trey Jemison when he's played a certain amount of minutes. And with JJ Redick, the team is optimistic, again, with Rui that isn't a serious injury. But regardless of Rui, whoever else it is, having Trey Jemison being able to step up and play really well, the Lakers play really good basketball. They're undefeated when he plays in games. It's a big sign, a very good sign going forward for this team. But ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, let me know down below what your thoughts are. There is a lot of new updates dropping. We're going to keep you up to date. The Lakers, again, hopefully, if you're not, Lakers don't play tonight. So if you're watching NBA anyways, we can wish for a few of these losses for the Rockets, Grizzlies, Warriors, Mavs. And most importantly, you got to hope that the Lakers get healthy. But let me know down below what your thoughts are on all of these updates. Hopefully, none of these injuries are serious. We'll keep you up to date either way. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.